What is up, Finesse family? Hopefully, everybody is having a great day. Hopefully, you guys are all having a great day. I'm super excited to get started today. We have a topic today. I want to know, how much are you worth? What are you willing to sell yourself for, your business for? Is there a certain dollar amount? So I'm super excited to get into this topic. There was an article that came across my way, and I definitely wanted to talk to you guys about it. Have a discussion about that, as far as when you're dealing with your family, when you're dealing with especially people that you do have a business with, let it be family members or not. Is there a sweet price? Is there a certain price that you would pay for giving away a portion of your business? So once again, guys, make sure you guys hit click on the poll. I want to see what the Finesse fam would give up, or would share. How much a percentage, if there is a certain amount, would you give up of your business for a majority stake in the business, guys? Once again, if you are new to the channel, hello to you. My name is Mrs. B Finesse of millennialfinessemindset.com, guys. And I am super, super excited today to be here with you guys this week and to have this conversation today about, what are you worth? What is your business worth? How much would you sell off? There is a article that I seen, and is dealing with the show Shark Tank, which is so interesting to me because I really, really love that show. And they are talking about a couple on there, and we're going to get deep into it, and I want to see what you guys feel about that topic. So interesting. Super excited about it. Once again, make sure you guys hit that button on the way in. If you haven't turned on your bell for notifications when I just go live, be on the regular Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern. This is the Finesse family here, and my name is Mrs. B Finesse of millennialfinessemindset.com, and Finesse actually stands for faithfully inspiring, innovative. We are naturally effective, and we seek success every day. That's what we do here, guys. So I'm super excited you guys are here, and let's go ahead and get it started, guys. Once again, if you guys have not checked out the videos from last week, they actually were really good, guys. Last week we talked about, are you existing or are you living? It was an interesting dynamic, guys, where we were talking about, are you actually taking time in your life with you or your family to just do things that give you peace, that give you joy, that make you happy. We also talked about, are people hopeless, especially specifically in relationships. And we talked about that whole dynamic, relationships with our families, relationships as far as loving dynamic in relationships. We talked about our is this society hopeless? And we went into different studies speaking on that, guys. So once again, let's get into this topic. I'm super excited, and I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about this. This will be super interesting. All right. So let's get started. This is going to be super interesting. All right, guys. So the whole concept of the title and the article that I was looking at is, I really, really like watching Shark Tank. I like the whole concept and idea of people investing in other people, especially when a lot of times, as far as getting a business started or having a business, the biggest part of it is capital. All right, and capital is basically the money you need to do all the other back end things besides having the idea of having a business. But the capital is the thing you need to hire the people, to get the actual tangible things you need, as far as the resources for the business, marketing, all those type of things. All right, so yeah, I love watching Shark Tank. I love the idea of people having these big dreams and inspirations and passions, and they come, putting their whole heart on to get these rich people. There's a lot of them are already business people, and they put their idea on the line and see if they can get the money, the capital they need to go to the next level in their business. A lot of times, guys, in these businesses, it's more so the idea of they need that second round of money to either hire the employees, to get the warehouse, to get the extra resources needed to actually produce the product. Not really that they actually use it. I use it. They don't need the money as far as the company owners, but actual to get business going, yes, they do need the money. They actually need the money for the back end, and I think a lot of people don't understand that as far as the business side of it. You're going to need to be able to produce capital, which is that expendable money that you can just pull out to buy the things that you need for your company. So once again, let me bring it up, guys, because it's actually inspirational and it's questionable. So I want to see if you guys kind of felt the same thing when I go over the article with you, or if you agree or disagree. I really want to hear what you guys have to say about that. So let me share that screen so you guys can see it. Once again, hopefully everybody is having a great day today. I'm super excited to be with you guys. Always the second half of the week, I get excited because I get to engage with the Finesse family. So once again, guys, yes, I have been super busy, especially going into the new year. So you might see sightings of me here and there, but I've been really busy on the back end, super excited about things that are going on. So once again, like I said, I super enjoy that I can get on here with you guys throughout the week. All right, so here we go, guys. Let me show you guys the screen. All right, so it says Black Sands Entertainment secures $500K deal on Shark Tank with Kevin Hart and Mark Cuban. So if you guys looked at my original thumbnail, you can see these are the people here. All right, so I'm gonna give you kind of a preface and overview, and then we'll get deep into the story of like who they are. So right there you see the woman and the man and this the other guy all the way to the right. So that is a husband and wife to the left, and that is their business partner to the right. Right? Obviously, we know that's Kevin Hart. All right. So the whole idea, guys, is this Black Sands Entertainment is really neat. So I'm going to break down what the article says, but I'm going to kind of give you an overview of what they were trying to push on Shark Tank. All right, so if you don't know, guys, Kevin Hart, he's like one of the new sharks on the Shark Tank. He actually has a whole business production industry behind him. I didn't really know that. I know that he makes films, but I didn't know like he had a whole company that does a multiplicity of things, which I will go over and explain to you guys. But he has a whole production company. He has, I believe he said he has a media company. He has a multiplicity of different things, but they have him on the Shark Tank, and he gave like a little preview of his life growing up. He is out of two children. His mother was a single parent growing up. It's just him and his brother, and he talks about how he came up and he got a movie deal, and that from there I didn't even realize he's had this many. He said he has 10 number one movies. Did you guys know that? I had no clue he had that many. And he just talked about his whole kind of grind coming up. Like he had to really kind of work and hustle to get where he is today. Which is kind of the story of many people, guys. You got to kind of work and hustle to get where you need to be. So let me get into the article. All right. So let's see who's here. All right. Hopefully, once again, you guys are having a great day. Way and salute. Hey, hashtag work gang. Hopefully you're having a good day. Let's see who else is here. We have Jackie down, and she's saying hello to you, Jackie. Hopefully you're having a great day. We have Von's here. Hey Von, you're doing on the West Coast. He's saying today's topic is how much are you worth? Yep. How much are you worth? That's what we're going to be talking about today. Taking in aspects of after we talk about this article. I really want to discuss like our self worth. How much we feel we're worth, and how much is that breaking point? What is that dollar amount? What amount that you might just sell off whatever it is you have, your family, whatever, you'll sell that off. It's always interesting because people always say that there isn't a dollar amount, but I'm pretty sure everybody has one. All right. Yella is saying, "What's up, Mrs. B? What's up, chat? Hey, Yella. Hopefully you're doing good." We have Big Bad Bull in the building. He's saying, "Hello, Mrs. B Finesse, my sweet sister. Hey, Big Bad Bull. Hopefully you're doing well, sir. You and the family and the kids. Same to you, Yella, your wife and your kids. Hopefully you guys are well." Let's see. Peter Investor, he's saying salute to you. I'm in here to support. Thank you, Peter. I appreciate that. Really, really appreciate that. Let's see. Everybody's saying hi like they always do. Cool beans. Once again, like, share, subscribe, guys. Do not forget that. I've seen Black. Oh, okay, cool. So good. So let's see. Peter saying keep the likes up. Yes. Good, Yellow. So yeah, and I was assuming people that actually maybe game or like comics would know what this is, because I don't believe I've heard of him till I see this. So Yellow says I've seen Black Sands comics around. Okay, cool. Let's kind of get into it then, because I assume, guys, when I read this, the concept was pretty neat. I thought the concept was really, really cool as far as what they're trying to do. So if you guys don't know, this is a comic book company and they're called Black Sands. So let me get into of the company because I thought it was really, really neat. I think I'll read this report from Apple Tech and then I'll get into the Yahoo report. All right. So it says Kevin Hart joins $500K investment in Black Sands Entertainment on ABC Shark. Hart can now add Shark Tank to his ever-growing resume. It says Yahoo reports that the actor, comedian, businessman on the rise appeared in Shark Tank on the 7th. In a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to small businesses looking for an investor to grow their business. And you guys, also too, a lot of times, people will pull in celebrities, athletes, all that just for the name value. It's not that they know anything about how to run the business or do the business. But, when you're Kevin Hart, everybody around the world knows that name for the most part. So the whole ideal of having a Kevin Hart, like, on your side, even let's say Kevin Hart did not know anything about business prowess and all that, he can hire somebody. Or, he can get a group of people around him that does know about it. So, just that whole name notoriety is something of us to have, especially when you're a business. All right. So it says the outlet confirms that was filling for longtime Shark John Robert Horvich. He adored some Shark Kevin Hart was a rookie when it comes to investing. All right. Let's see. It says despite, and I didn't know this either, guys. Did you guys know this? Kevin Hart, he is invested in like a lot of businesses. He's invested in Crunchbase. He's invested in, he's made 10 investments in it as an individual investor, and he's also a brand partner with Fabletics. So if you don't know, Fabletics is like that exercise brand. And he's a partner in that. I didn't know that. I thought that was interesting. So I don't know. Would you men buy Fabletics? That's I guess it's an exercise brand. Would you guys buy that brand if you seen Kevin Hart was over it? I mean, because Fabletics men, that's the men version. I know there's a lot of women's versions. There's a woman's version of Fabletics, but I'm wondering, would you men buy that? The men's version of Fabletics? Ignorant jokes aside, says Kevin Hart explained on the show that he created Heartbeat Ventures, an investment offset for his Heartbeat Productions. He created which he called Financial Inclusion Opportunities. Heartbeat Ventures has already partnered with Beyond Meat, Therabody, and Liquid IV. Now I know Beyond Meat, so those of you that don't eat a lot of meat, I'm pretty sure you know what that is. So he's his company has partnered with Beyond Meat, which is the company that makes the sustainable food that is plant-based, and then Therabody, and then Liquid IV. It says on the show, Kevin Hart seemed mostly impressed by Snitch TV, which follows a user to not get their hands dirty while they're eating and behaves in a similar way as Chopsticks. The Asian-owned brand got a hefty $200,000 investment from Hart and fellow shark Lori Garnier, and it's a 20% equity of the company. So 20% equity, that's a fifth of the company, guys. Would you give up that much equity? If you're getting that much money, that's really what I want to know. I want to kind of know the business prowess of the Finesse family and the listeners, because I'm wondering, would you guys give that much of the company up to get an investment? It says Kevin Hart made $500,000 investment in Black Sands Entertainment, a production company, and here are the business owners. A production company whose spotlight focuses on Black history. Now, this is why I thought this was pretty cool and interesting, guys, because now they're going to talk about what this company is about. All right, so, and I'm not sure. Come on, ay dos míos. I'm not sure if there's a poll down or what, guys. So, and I'm laying, so I'm not sure why it's kind of glitchy, but we're gonna make it through. All right. It says Kevin Hart made $500,000 investment in Black Sands Entertainment, a production company whose spotlight focuses on Black history. I thought this was pretty neat. He teamed up with Mark Cuban to invest in a company that is not only Black owned, but veteran owned, just products like Max books and it says Black Sands also has a cartoon studio, which features animators from Disney and Pixar. So they have animators too, guys. This is really neat. It says the company boasts more than 600,000 units of products sold, and they have thousands of followers on various social media platforms. All right. So here's a husband and wife, and that's their other partner there. Let's see. We were moved by this movie Shark Tank. Let's see. All right. Okay, guys. So there's their partner. That's the husband and wife here. All right. So just so you guys kind of know what Kevin's done, it's because once again, Kevin O'Leary was picking at Kevin Hart, and rightfully so. He's a newbie on the show. It says Kevin Hart has made some notable investments on Shark Tank. He's no stranger to the world of investing. Once he's part of beefing along with Jay-Z that ultimately raised $20 million. He also invested in Ellis Island Tea, the largest Black-owned beverage manufacturer. He donated $100,000 to Taraji P. Henson's nonprofit organization, which is centered around Black mental health. None of these investments, however, had a negative impact on his net worth. In fact, as of 2021, Kevin Hart is worth $200 million. You guys know that? He's worth $200 million. All right. Peter the investor says, the number one reason most businesses fail is from being uncapitalized. Yes, that's something I learned about 5 years ago, Peter. Most of them don't have the money, just like most regular 9-to-5 workers in America. They don't have the money for anything that happens like out of the blue. They don't have the emergency money. They don't have that money to just buy the back end things that they need. And yes, that's imperative. He says lack of funding at the start and lack of generating revenue later. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. It's simple things like that, Peter, in the not major. It's not like they don't have the ideas. They don't have the perpetuity. They don't have wherewithal to do it. They just don't have the capital. They don't have the money to sustain. And it's so interesting. They don't have it. It's super interesting. Yeah, so and I definitely want to have this discussion, guys, because I know there's a lot of future people in their head that want to have businesses. There's a lot of people that are starting businesses. There's a lot of people that don't understand that back end of business. And because unless you or somebody working with you, you don't really know that back end. And I thought this was interesting to relate it to regular what we're doing, life, and how that connection works with having a business. Once again, guys, make sure you subscribe to the education channel. Thank you for that, Vaughn. Also, guys, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. Do I have that at the bottom? I think I have that scrolling. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram also. Thank you for that, Vaughn. Let's see. Peter the investor says the lifeblood of a business is the infusion of capital. Yes, it's super important. And you know what's interesting to me, Peter? The ideal of, that's the lifeblood, but it's like that's the lifeblood and that's the downfall. Because all the stories that I've read over the past, like ever since before C19, just I think going back almost 5 years, that is the main reason why a lot of businesses end. It's just that capital, and it's like little things, Peter. It's like capital to get a new machine, or capital to hire 2 more people, or capital to just to get the resources. And it's crazy because if they had that little $10,000 or whatever they need, 20,000, their business would be sustainable. And so it's crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. BTB's in the building. He's saying hello to everybody. He also says, I would sell them build another company. Yeah, now that's a different mindset, BTB. Now I could see building up a brand or company and selling it off because I'm going to use that capital for a bigger vision. Yes, because listen, guys, companies do that all the time. Just like with Elon Musk, I was looking deeper at documentaries on him and just listening to like all the things he says. There's like loops of him doing like inspirational talk and all that stuff. And he was talking about PayPal and how he sold that because he had a vision for SpaceX and Tesla. So yes, if you have a vision, you got to write it and make it clear. So yeah, if you have that vision moving forward, yes, I think that's important. You're right, BTB. It says, okay, so here's the other article, guys. This is from Yahoo Finance. Let's see. It says it showcased a black-owned comic book publishing house and budding animation brand called Black Sands Entertainment, founded by Miguel Gotti and his wife Giselle Gotti and their partner Toussaint Derot. Hopefully I said his name right. And one of the most significant moments in Black entertainment history. Okay, so they're saying this is history, Black entertainment history. Let me adjust this. The trio presented their company to the Sharks asking for 500 for a 5% return on the brand. So before we keep going, my investors, my people that have businesses or investing, do you think that was actually a good offer? $500,000 for 5% return on the brand. 5% return, which means when they start making money, right? Would you guys go for that deal if you're investing? Hey, Intentional Millionaire. Hopefully you're having a great day today. I think I emailed you, Intentional Millionaire. Let's see. Peter says, Peter the investor says, if you believe in your company, aka yourself and the employees, you should always keep a majority stake and give a minority stake. That's what I've always felt, Peter. Because I feel like if you give away the bulk of your company, you don't own it and you don't have a say. So anything, even creeping close to 40 to 50%, I think it's iffy. I think it's iffy if it's creeping close to that, just because, like I said, once you give so much of the stake away, I mean, what say do you have? So yes, I can concur with what you're saying there, Peter. Vaughn says, if you are joining the stream now, you're welcome. Please feel free to hit the button on the way in. Yes. Hit that button on the way in, guys. Let's see. It says one of the most significant moments in Black entertainment history. The trio presented their company to the Sharks, asking for $500,000 for a 5% return on the brand. The Black Sands crew set their sights on entering the animation and entertainment industry. Now, this is big, guys. This is really, really big. I know there's a company that I like, and mostly because of my son. He likes that. The animation where it goes into like the VR stuff. I believe it's called Meta Knights. That's a Black owned company where they do comic books too. And I really like the concept of that. Once again, like I said, just for, my own family. And they have the same kind of concept. So getting in this animation field, getting in this whole aspect of the comic books, animation, VR, all those things are cemented together. And if they play this right, yes, they can build a huge company with this. A huge company with that. Let's see. Black Sands crew set the sights on entering the animation and entertainment industry. We're seeking investors to help fund their products and decided to take a chance by appearing on Shark Tank. Now, from what I've seen this episode, guys, on Shark Tank, these guys, and I don't know if it's on this article because I actually watched the video. These guys already raised $1 million on their own. They raised $1 million on their own already, guys. So that obviously, and they've sold, I believe, 60,000 units or 600,000 units of their product, which is great because that product has got to be at least 20, probably I say $15 to $30 a unit. All right, it's got to be that much. I know they're not selling it for like $5 or $10. All right. So they're actually doing good on their own as far as, slow and steady wins the race. It says we're seeking investors to help fund their products and decided to take a chance by appearing on Shark Tank. Their unique company is in the interest of shark comedian and actor Kevin Hart and billionaire Mark Cuban. All right. It says initially Miguel was hesitant to make a deal with Hart and Cuban. So this guy, Miguel, because he would have to give away a significant amount of the company's equity. And so this is important too, guys, as far as your stake in your company and what it's worth, the equity of it. I know a lot of times people want to get the capital very bad. And this is what I noticed. And I don't have a business degree and all that. Once again, this is not medical information, legal information, financial information. All right. So that you take this at your own prowess. But to me, a lot of times the people, when they come on Shark Tank, I feel like they give so much of their company away. And number one, okay, all the people on Shark Tank, they're millionaires, right? So they have money, disposable money to invest, right? And I feel like a lot of the people, they want whatever they want so bad that they're giving so much of their company away. Hence, how much are you worth? What is the stopping point of you giving away your company, your time, your gifts, whatever it is, guys? Because you guys always know when I bring a topic or subject up, it always can connect to conversations dealing with relationships and how your relationship with money, with time, with business, how all those things intermingle and how we make these choices and decisions. Is it important or imperative that you can keep a stake in your company? It says he had a counter offer for a lower equity stake with a royalty clause. I remember that. And I remember when he said that to Mark Cuban, and Kevin Hart was like, "Oh no! You're offering us the royalty clause," and Mark Cuban said, "No, I don't want that." Kevin Hart was basically saying his company can do everything they need because he's built his company from the ground up. He's already got. Kevin Hart was basically saying, "I already got the business savvy, and I have the what's it called? I have the reputation already. My name sells in itself." So that's what he was really pushing to them, to try to, persuade them to give more stake of their company away. Because you guys seen the original 5% return on the brand for $500,000. All right. That's the original offer that they gave to the sharks. And every shark was in on it. So every shark, all the sharks were in to start. All right. But particularly Kevin Hart definitely wanted this investment, right? So once again, this is a married couple right here, and then this is their other business partner, all right? Says the sharks were not satisfied and pointed out to Miguel that they would achieve actual revenue through movie or television deals and brand sponsorships. Hart also told Miguel he brings a whole ecosystem that can help with the production, animation, and marketing. And Cuban said he could facilitate the technology angle. Now, when you're putting this whole machine together, do you guys think it's worth it now? Because he got technology with Mark Cuban. If you guys don't know, he was a tech like genius or whatever, and he sold his first company. I think that's how he made his first like 100 million. He sold a company, I believe, that he started on the technology side. And then Kevin Hart is saying that he has a production, animation, and the marketing side of it. All right. It says in a nail-biting moment, Miguel finally agreed to the Sharks' offer. Listen, guys, this is what I'm asking. This is what I want to know if you guys would agree with it. $500,000 for 30% stake equity in the company. Would you guys do that deal? $500,000, $500,000 for 30% stake equity. Would you guys do that? Yes or no? Once again, guys, if you would like to be notified when I go live, make sure you ring the bell. Make sure you ring the bell. So yes or no, Finesse family, would you guys take this deal? $500,000 for 30% stake equity in the company. That was the final deal. And I was shocked because at first it looked like old boy was not going to take that offer. And I know his wife was kind of looking at him too, but he ended up doing it. Says Black Sands Entertainment focuses on inclusivity and educating people on the multiple rich layers of Black history and culture that go beyond the experience of enslavement and colonization. So if you're just getting here, hey, shout out to you guys. Make sure you hit the button on the way in. We are talking about how much are you worth? And the basis of this live, guys, was a story that I had seen dealing with Shark Tank. I love watching that show. And there's a company on there called Black Sands Entertainment, guys. And they gave a certain percentage equity stake in their company to the Sharks, specifically Kevin Hart and Mark Cuban. And I wanted to know, did you guys agree or disagree with it? Do you feel like they gave too much of their company? Going back to what Peter the investor was saying, and what I had mentioned earlier, the biggest issue with businesses folding is having capital, having that money that you can just grab to facilitate, buy things for your company, hire people, all kind of things in that nature, guys. So many things, and that missed capital makes or breaks many companies, right? It says in 2016, the company produced comic books, novels, children's books, animations inspired by African mythology. So they started in 2016. It also created Black heroes surrounded by diverse storytelling that focuses on traditional family values for people of color. Black Sands is also cultivating independent artists and writers to publish their work through them. So they're also trying to bring in people, guys, that want to be artists and writers to publish in their company. All right, so they're actually trying to help and bring other people up too. Says to date, Black Sands Entertainment has raised more than $2 million from over 5,000 investors from their funding campaign on WeFunder. The independent organization has joined forces with senior animators from Disney, Sony, Pixar, Bron, Amazon Studios, and Nickelodeon. So they got a lot of heavy hitters, that support and are for them. That's super interesting. They've received 5 million impressions a month on social media. That's good. So that, they're getting out there, they're getting seen. They have sold more than 200,000 products and are expanding their brand success with the Black Sands publishing app launched in May 2021. All right, so they got a publishing. And look at this, guys. Would you buy this for your kids, or would you guys buy that? I thought that, I thought it was super neat, especially the comics. I liked the way it looked. It was super interesting. This is some of their books and some of the things that they're selling. So I'm wondering, would you guys buy this for your family members or even yourself? This is called the Flame Limited Bundle. Let's see what else. Yella said he's seen and heard of this. So here's some new. This is a new Legends bundle. Okay. Oopsie. All right. About to bring. All right. And then the next thing that they have. This is the full series bundle. So would you guys buy this? I'm wondering, would you guys buy this? Yes or no? Would you guys actually buy this stuff? I thought it was pretty interesting. I know there was hold on, here's a clip I definitely want you guys. So this is, this is a breakdown of what Kevin Hart's Hart in his background, if you didn't know. So I'm gonna add a little bit of that here. Let me get to it. Okay, here we go. So here's his company, Kevin Hart, and he's a main investor for this black comic company called Black Sands. Okay, so here we go. This is Kevin Hart's kind of background, if you didn't know about his company. I didn't know all this about his company, so. Okay.
Starting a production company that I could actually be a part of the creative. That's when the business mind kicked into overdrive. We vision, movies, develop an original IP. There's a pure entity. The goal was to have something that acts as a complete circle that services everything in it. But then there's another world, the world of venture, the VC world. I decided to create Heartbeat Ventures. It's all about financial inclusion. These are doors that were closed for quite some time, especially to my culture. We have about 35 companies that we've invested in. Fabletics, Beyond Me, Body, Liquid IV, 8 Sleep. We've managed to put ourselves.
Okay, so once again, he has a whole business idea behind this, which I thought was interesting. Because when you see a lot of famous people, you always just assume there's a bigger kind of mammoth running them, and there might be, but the fact that he said, like, I am trying to create jobs for people. Specifically, he's saying people to look like me. He says he has over 35 businesses he's invested in. I'm wondering if you guys believe this or not. Do you think that he's actually trying to kind of create this real mammoth for people to come up, especially people he said that look like him? Or do you guys think this is just all kind of a business ruse? I'm really wondering what you think about this. Let me play a little bit more so you guys can see, because he's getting more into venture capital, he's saying.
Position to be a player in this space. So many people feel like you have a gap in life. I don't look at it that way. I look at it as life presents you with so many doors. You just got the choice to turn a knob and open them. Where I come from, the little kids that look like me, we're not expected to make it. We're not expected to see the higher levels of life. It's a fact. My story is a lot more for those kids than people may think. To show that the dream is real. To say, hey, I came from the same place. Down, I got opportunities. I made the best out of them. But it's possible for us all if we believe. As Heartbeat Ventures grow, see a real initiative in closing financial gap between my culture and.
So he said he's trying to close a financial gap. Now, my question is, my wise thinking finesse family, do you believe he can do that starting this company? Do you believe he can close a financial gap starting this company? Yes or no? I really want to know if you guys believe, because this is super interesting. All right. I think it's super interesting. The purpose and premise, if it's true, the purpose and premise of what he's trying to do. All right. Because I don't believe I've seen a whole conglomerate try to do it. Just people that look like them. It's for investments. Peter Investor says there is other ways to structure a deal with Shark Tank investment, manager fees or consulting fees, ROI versus ROE, return on equity. Okay. Big Bad Bull, he's shrugging his shoulders. He's like, I have no clue. Today's show topic, yes, is how much are you worth? Shark Tank's couple sell themselves short for Kevin Hart is the question I want to know. So we got Wealth Talk Productions in the house. He says, what is this company gaining? What will get the company money? It says, what will make them big? When you look at what they will get, they will have to ask what will be given. Yeah, and I mean that's the biggest thing. Holly, let me bring Doc up. She wants to add to this conversation, so let me add her to the stream. I think that's the biggest thing too, Wally. We already know there's got to be a give and take with this. We know that. That's how business works. And I remember when we did that last when we did that talk about with T.I. and him building those housing facility for the low income people, and we had Jonathan Barronville come on. He was explaining like, actually guys, you guys are all filled with this, because really if he's trying to do this for business, he's losing money. He's definitely losing money. So you have to have this business prowess when you're dealing with trying to create a business, because are you doing it? It's more so like, or are you trying to create money, gain capital? Are you trying to grow? Is the big question. So yeah, Wally, I mean, what is this company? What is it gaining? How will it get the company more money? Yes, those are all questions. So Peter says, you structure the deal like a loan or licensing their brand over a 10-year, or give shares of business for future profit to investors. Yes, I've seen that. I've seen that. My brother actually did a deal like that where it was future shares. And yeah, I'm thinking this to me, Peter. I feel like they gave such a big chunk. So I'm gonna ask you, Dr. P. Good day. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm well. I'm better today. How are you?
I'm
Can you
good.
hear
I'm
me?
good. I'm glad that you are here. Yes, I hear you. I hear you well. Hey, Ine, how are you today? Dr. P, I really wanted to have this conversation and this discussion because it was interesting to me. And the of how we so much can sell ourselves short because we want something really bad now. We'll do anything to get what we want. We'll run over anybody to get it. We'll even lose a piece of ourselves just to have something. And that whole connection to relationships and communicating and do we have these conversations, or is this the elephant in the room? I thought this article was super interesting. Before we get into details of it, from what you heard, Dr. P, what is your first response to this couple being on Shark Tank and giving up 30% equity in the company?
I'm like a big bad bull. You have to be business minded when you think about these things, and you have to excuse me, and you have to think bigger. You have to be in that mindset of, is it just this right here, and what do I have for bigger, for my future? What do I want bigger? If I have to give this to get what my future and what I want, then I'm okay with that, because what I have in my head is so much more than just this right here. Now, I have been seeing the Black Sands comics, because I'm a gamer. I play PlayStation 5. I'm a gamer. I do comics. I do the whole nine yards. And so when I was looking at it, I was like, "Ooh, it's interesting." You know, when you sent me the article, you were going through the article, and I thought about it as I was reading the comments, and I said, well, I wouldn't have probably seen those Facebook push outs for this had it not come from whatever soul he sold to Kevin Hart, because you are absolutely right. Kevin Hart has the backing. People are going to watch. I have been watching Kevin Hart up. I wear fabrics. My husband has some, so he likes it in the men division, especially when she mentioned that. I was like, hey, yeah, that's our stuff over here. So,
So is it good quality? Is Fab Letters good
I'm gonna tell
quality?
you, mate, good quality, readable. We love it. Matter of fact, he peeked his head in
Really?
the other day and said, "Babe, I need these right here sweats." And it was the sweats that Kevin Hart had in the picture for Christmas. And I said, "I got you.
Wow.
Now
Okay.
you need them
Cool.
in two colors, because I do the ordering in the house." So, and the only reason why we were using it before we even knew it was Kevin Hart. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? And then when it
Mm.
came out with a man, I brought it for him, because I was using it as a woman, because you buy a couple of pieces, you get some pieces free. So,
Oh.
me and the girls, we were using it. So, I mean, and this is the thing. I can he bridge the gap? Yeah, but you have to have that mindset that he has. Who says he didn't sell off half of his soul when he
Mm-hmm.
first started to get where he is now? Now look where he is now. You know, so we have to look at
Mm-hmm.
what is the bigger picture. Now he's able to give back, and it might not be what we see, but as the couple scene, maybe 30% is not to say what we have, because who says Black Sands is all they have? That's all they presented, you know. So they can keep rolling, but when they get their money that they need, then they can start something else. Because if he came up with a whole comic called Black Sands and all these different parts, this man has more to offer. So yeah, you want 30% of that, that's fine. Yes, I love God of War. That's my game right there. So he has more to offer, because you just don't stop with one comic. Look at Sam in Marvel. Y'all, I'm a Marvel fan. And the
Mm-hmm.
comics just keep coming and coming and coming, just as well as now the movies kept coming and coming. Now get this. Kevin Hart brought
Mm-hmm.
the comic books. But who says this man can't make a movie later on and capitalize on what he has in his thing? So
Oh,
again,
good idea, Dr. P.
that's hey,
I didn't even think
that's
they
what I said. You
played
got to
a
think out the
character and they
box,
could do a
P.
movie.
That's right. You got to think out the box. See, we only got half of what they wanted to give us,
Yeah,
so we don't.
but Dr. P, they got 30% splitting it. Well,
Hey,
Mark
hey,
Cuban, I believe it's exactly 15-15.
hey, guess what?
So
Who knows,
he bought
Mark?
the whole company. He didn't just buy the comic, Dr. P. Black Sands Entertainment is the whole company. It's everything
Right.
that they do. It's the
I understand that.
animation, it's the booking, it's all of that. So
But
that's
it's
a chunk of
under,
that company.
but listen, it's under
Mm-hmm.
Black Sands Comic. Kevin Hart has a lot of stuff that's under somebody else's name. That's not under his name.
Yeah,
You
his
get
whole company is.
That's right. So you gotta really think about it. Yeah, Black Sands is fine, but if I get this money and I have something planned and I have something bigger for my own company, I can still give it another name and still push out the same excellence that I gave Black Sands. Why? Because it's my ideas. You can't buy my
You could.
ideas once I got money. What you can do
Well,
is buy
if it
what
yeah
I'm giving you now so that I
yeah,
can give you
but
more.
if what if they trademark that idea, you can't reciprocate that idea. You
Yeah, but
can't
guess what? That's
reciprocate
Black
a
Sands.
copyrighted material.
Yeah, but that's Black
Say that
Sands.
again, Dr. P.
That's Black Sands. That's not what they have. See, I don't know what this man has in his mind, but if he coming up with something, he might got another name for his next comic or his next thing.
Uh
See,
oh,
that's
so
what
you
he
talking
has.
about the hustle and
That's
flip.
right. You gotta be a hustler. You gotta be the hustler. You gotta think out the
That's true.
box. I'm only
That's
giving
true.
you, I'm only presenting one thing to you. I'm not presenting you my whole hand. So if you
Mm.
like what I present to you, then I'm gonna let you have it for whatever you want it for because I need my backup funds for something else. You get it? And then get this one. That couple is shared with a third person that's in there with them, right? What if that couple want to branch off without that third person?
Yes.
You know? So you have to have that mindset of what's my future when you're going into these deals. And I think that's the whole thing behind it. Like, what's my future? When I go
So,
into
Dr. P,
deals,
you think that his idea is to branch off of this
oh,
because
I
they have
think
these three that partner.
first of all, I think he's a very talented person. Just if that's what he did and
Oh
him,
yeah, he's definitely
yeah,
talented.
he's a very talented person. And so when we think about that, do we think he's gonna limit himself to a box? Are we thinking that this is his one? He got a one hit record, you know? Um, because he doesn't. That's what. And get this when you're ready. When music groups get together, we've seen it for years and they branch that
Mm-hmm.
music group is signed to this contract, this deal, but you branch off and you get you a whole nother deal as an individual person. You just
That's
have to
true.
have that thought in that and think out the box, for what you want for yourself. Look at
Yeah,
what I said.
I'm hoping that I'm hoping, like you said, that that would be so cool. Now that I think about it, and I'm not a comic junkie freak and all that type of stuff. I mean, if it's neat, I'll look at it and read it, but I'm not that much into it. But I see the correlation. To me, the correlation, Dr. P, and I said it spot on and didn't know the idea of comics because I know that my son likes it, and my brother does, and he now, but he used to and then the comics and then the recreation of movies. I didn't even see that, and now I can see that this whole thing actually blowing up, to be honest, because like I said, even dealing with people sleep on Mark Cuban, his whole ideal and his come up, how he sold, I think he sold a couple businesses. That's how he got to his $100 million status and could buy I guess the Mavericks and all those other things because he kept flipping businesses, buying and flipping it, buying and flipping it. And a lot of people don't even think about it, Dr. P. I'm starting this because I know in the end games I want to sell it because I have all these other ideas. How important do you think that is when we're looking at the end game in a business? Because a lot of people don't want to sell their baby, Dr. P. They said if they started it, they don't want nobody to touch it.
Well, get this one. It depends. Like I said, it depends on what your business is and what your end game is. Hold on, I just have to let International Millionaire know that this one right here. See, right here, right here. Yeah, So I have all my stuff stashed right here. I'm
Oh,
like, you
you
should have seen
gamers.
this because I'm ready
You
to get off.
gamers.
I got look. I'm off today, so I'm ready to get
Oh,
back to my
Jesus.
video games and stuff. but but it's
I
very
can see
important.
you in there yelling too. Hold on, Peter. Hold on, Dr. P. Peter says we can't overlook ownership and intellectual property versus the future growth of a product. And shout out to Andre Castillo. He says blessings to everyone. Blessings to you. Thank you for being here. Go ahead, Dr. P.
Yeah, I let me tell you, I it depends on the type of business you have. Okay, for my future
Dr.
growth.
P. They say they like you because you showed that game or whatever that was.
Maybe I'm a like I said, I've been a gamer ever since I was in college. I basically game tested when I
Yeah,
was in
that's true.
college. Same things, you know. I'm a human. I love what I love, my pastime. But it depends on what you want for your business, and it depends on your business. And I get this, I'm a therapist. I could never probably sell my business unless this big time therapy company say, come on, let's merge, this is what you'll get from it. And I'm like, oh, I would love to take my business this way, and I would love to take it further on a national wide level. I'm selling it, I promise you I'm selling it. And I guess that goes for comics and text and stuff like that, because this is the thing. If someone has if my thing is to introduce the world to what I have, right? And to give them from my version, you're saying you just want, and you want 30%, but everything is still my creative, and it's still gonna have it. I'm still getting it out there, right? Because these comics have it has something behind it. It's Black history, you know. It has a meaning. And if I work with it for a year and I've only got so far with it, but I know that this company could take it and propel it, then this is what I'm going to think is getting what I written out more important than me keeping it in here, because I don't have enough to propel it out there. And then I'm going to say, and people can say what they want to say. 30% might be too much, but this is what I believe. I believe what I have to say it's more important, and I believe in this. So yes, you can have 30% of it, because I want this message to get out there regardless. And then I weigh back in and I see what I'm getting out. And this is my thing. Even if I'm making some money, I am good. I'm good with that. But the message that people are going to get from my product, it's way more important than the 30% that I have to give up and what I'm going to make. Because he's still going to make some money. You get what I'm saying? And his message is going to get out there. So again, we have to know where their heart lies whenever we're thinking about a business.
And see,
And what you want
that's the
people to
thing
see.
though. That's the thing though. You can say right now, we know this is a black business. They're trying to promote black history. But when somebody has a stake in your company today, so who's to say that they don't want to change the trajectory? This is why a lot of people don't give up so much equity in their business, because especially if you're trying to keep your business, you have to be careful with how much you give away because you don't have a say. So
Mm-hmm.
you can start something and be popping, and it could be a thing right now. But when you get a board of people and you have to get all these entities set up two together, and you give so much of it away that you can have all the prowess you want, and you want to make changes, do whatever, but there's other stakeholders in this business, so you can't do what you want. So after a certain, I get see got kicked out. Kicked out.
I absolutely.
Shoot. I didn't even know Elon Musk said Elon. Who?
Oh, I'm sorry. I absolutely agree with you
What did you
on
say that to
that.
me? Elon Musk.
I absolutely
No.
agree.
Oh, I'm
And
playing devil's advocate with you too.
oh, you're great. I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree
I'm
with you.
playing devil advocate for everything you're saying. I'm actually
So
playing devil's advocate with it because I definitely want to hear both sides of this.
that's right. So listen to this one. I absolutely agree with you on that. You're right. Whenever you do, you're right. Sometimes you lose creative, but get this one. We only see half of what they want us to see on TV. They go to commercial, they have
True.
them little side
True.
conversations, and they've already, and some stuff probably is already going down, which made them come back and say, I'm
It's
willing to
already,
pay
yeah.
30%.
Yeah.
So
Of
I
course.
look at it like this. I say, we're looking at it from two different ways. Now we might see only what they want us to see, and we don't, because this is the thing. Do I think Kevin Hart has a different? No, I don't, because no matter what people say, no matter what people pass is, I don't judge. That's for God to judge. That man has a good heart. And so he
Right.
probably seen it, and they probably talking. He probably said, "Hey, you can have all credit." We don't hear that part. So I have to go on what I know to be this one right here. I know that this is a business deal, right? And for them to take 30% and sell their soul, it has to be something had to give and take, because it would have to give and take with me. I'm not going to sell 30% if you don't tell me what I want to have in here and what I still have say so over. So again, we have to think this was a business deal done. They went to a couple of commercials, and then he came back and he said, "I'll take the 30%." What in the heck did they talk about in those commercials that made that man and that wife and that other man say this is a great deal right here?
I think also too, and to what you're saying, the bigger picture of it, Dr. P, the whole ideal of this is the first company that the product is focused on black history and the idea of black positive characters. The whole idea of that. And I think, like you said, the whole concept, okay, I might give away so much of this stake, but I have powerhouses. I mean, think about Dr. P. If Mark Cuban was to put some of these characters in the stadium at the Maverick Stadium, or if he would put, the characters alongside, his the basket team, or he could offer something in the happy meals and the food that they're selling. It's so many concepts to this because of the name Mark Cuban, and then Kevin Hart. I mean, it just goes. There's probably not even enough money they could raise at this point to get that name, the marketing side, because they would have to put so much millions of dollars in marketing in to get that natural essence that comes with Mark Cuban, the essence that comes with Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is such a transformative actor that he's just not big with black people. He's big with white people, Asian people, overseas, around the world. Mark Cuban is big with the technology side of people. I guess you could say quote unquote nerds or deeper aspects of the technology stuff. So they're hitting so many avenues. The way that they made enough money to reach that crowd, Dr. P. Shout out to Aisha. She's saying peace and blessings to Miss B, Finesse, and Dr. P. Aisha saying true to what we're saying. Make sure if you guys are enjoying the conversation, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, guys. Peter the Investor is saying in the music industry, publishing companies who ever own the intellectual property will always make more than the artist who doesn't own the art. Look at NFC. Yes, and you know what? I was going to bring up two guys. I was going to talk about both of these, but we kind of just soliloquied into it. Oh my goodness. Basically what the investor was saying. Did you know about this, Dr. P? I don't think I talked to you about this. But I just seen was reading an article, Dr. P, where John Legend sold all his masters. All his masters he sold to companies. And I'm thinking in my head, what is going on right now where all these people are selling off their companies? Like Will Smith, Jada Pinkett, I was reading an article on them last week. Their production company or whatever business company they have, they sold a portion of their company off to some huge publishing company. We know Oprah sold her network, her stake in her network off. John Legend, they just said he sold his masters. And I'm thinking to myself, he's not even that old, number one. And number two, I think from 2004 to 2021, which is roughly 15 years of copyrighted information. I was just like, wow. And I didn't even know I was reading through. They say Tina Turner sold her rights over, I believe, don't quote me on the year, maybe like 2016, something. But for $50 million, like 60 years of her stuff, she sold for, I believe, $50 million. And then like Bob Dylan, I believe he's in for $200 million. And she sold away all her rights. This is the where they make money.
They want to buy mine for $60.
Right, Aisha. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on because that is your holy grail right there. I mean, I could speculate, but go ahead, Dr. B. I could speculate, but I'm just saying, doggone.
I know why, but can somebody call them and ask them if they want to buy my masters? Because I'd sell it to them too for $1 million. 500,000.
Oh Jesus! And John Legend, he's still popping. I'm like,
it don't even matter. I'm gonna pop what I dose right now. I need it right now.
masters.
Look, I'm
That's the
sorry,
holy grail, and I don't
look,
understand it. Where's that article
well,
at?
okay, so listen
Let
to
me
this.
get the article up. I was so shocked. I was like, what the heck? Like, I'm telling
Listen
you,
to this one. You ready?
that's how you
And I
make your
thought about
money, the royalties.
it. Yeah, I thought about it. You ready for Tina Turner? How old Tina Turner is? And you
Now
say
I can get her. Yes, I would.
you
Yes,
say
she's like
right, and
70
you
or
say
80. So
Oprah.
I
You
could
say
see
Oprah
that.
stole hers, right? You say Oprah stole half of her money.
Yeah, I can see she was older.
Millions, right? Now
Right.
get this one. You see,
Right.
Oprah ain't got no kids. Tina Turner kids grown. Who in the heck they gonna do having all that? And when it gets, I mean, what they gonna do with it when they go to the grave? I mean, let's think realistic. Let's be
I.
realistic. You know, there's a heaven.
Yeah, but
We're there. We're getting older. I, hey, let somebody else do what y'all want to do with that. And
no, you
what
no
I
no no
saw
no
fit
no
to
no no
do.
no no. Hold on. Okay,
Let's
so
just
I
be
get what you're
realistic.
saying. No. I get what you're saying about the Tina Turner got kids. Oprah, I can see Oprah, but Oprah got her girls schools
And
see,
she got a
so she
million
put
now. She
all
got
that
money
money in there
anyway.
if she want to.
Right.
Um, yeah, and that money can matriculate and help other people. But listen, you just said we talking about John Legend. Now
He
I
all right.
concur with you on Tina Turner.
He all right. I listen
She's
to
like
John Legend all
70.
the time. But I mean, I listen to
Yeah,
John Legend all
I
the
can
time.
concur with Tina Turner. Tina Turner's in her 70s, and to me, that first thing I thought about is what you said. She's
John
older, so
Legend got
why it
two,
don't matter?
but
She
John
can
Legend
spend
got
that
Chrissy
money.
Teigen.
And what
Baby,
about her?
Christy Teigen, it's Christy Teigen. John Legend say, "Babe, I got you some money in the millions. We
No,
Christy Teigen. Get your fine
and
body on.
why they?
We good. We ain't worried about y'all. Plus, he popping.
She
The
keeps getting on social media saying crap.
That's right. But
Oh
the
no
thing
no no
about it
no
is,
no no.
listen
But
to
okay,
me.
so I can John Legend. He has years.
He got his
But I wouldn't sell it this soon. He has a long time. He don't need to sell his masters this soon.
So let me ask you a question. So the masters, let
Look,
me ask
you
you
see what Aisha said?
nobody, but
Aisha
I
said
listen to
nobody listens
John
to
Legend.
John
I don't know.
Legend.
I listen to John. I can't concur with that, Alicia. I really can't concur. But this is the
Yeah,
thing.
I'm sorry, Aisha. Aisha, I keep saying her
Aisha,
name wrong.
let
It's
me
Aisha.
yeah, she said she think Tina 82. I think she 82. She retiring. See, when she sold her stuff, she
She no,
retired.
she probably is, but Tina look good though to
She
be that
retired. Yeah,
old.
she look good. I want that body at 82. That's why I didn't. But no, on it for real though. So get this one. So they sold the masters of their past music, right? That's what we're talking about,
Mm,
right?
I believe yes. I got to go back and look at the
Okay,
article. Yep, past music.
past music. Now John Legend is still popping. Who say John ain't gonna come back and start singing country? Plus, you have to realize John is also a composer and a songwriter. Okay,
And a
so
producer.
even though he sold that for millions, so he can give Christy Keegan her retirement early or whatever, he
What is
still
her name? Dr.
with
P.
all
What's
that
Dr. P? What's her name?
Christy Teigen,
What's her name, Dr. P? Oh, you
Christy Teigen, Teigen.
Keegan.
The little woman that be on TV shaking it and stuff, model thing. Because if I had, well, let me stop that. If I had Idris' album, he could buy everything.
Oh, jeez.
But back
Oh,
to
Lord.
chocolate and that chocolate. See, got me all on Idris. Back to the thing, but he's still young and he is still popping. And remember, he's also a songwriter.
True.
So therefore, even though I sold this for millions of dollars, that doesn't mean that I can't come back and I'm still doing this over here and I'm getting more millions. He just probably seen the
Yeah, Dr. P, but I think it's highly unlikely. I don't agree with Aisha
well,
said,
maybe
but
you're
I'm
gonna
I'm
let
on the
Christy
verge of
Teigen.
it. I'm on the verge of that, what Aisha said, because he hasn't produced too much recently, Dr. P. So like, you gotta stay on the edge, you gotta stay inside of what's popping. And John Legend, I've been seeing him on a lot of commercials, Dr. P. I don't really see him saying so much.
What?
I see
Girl,
him on
let me
what's that
tell
like?
you.
I seen him on I think he was on a fabric softener commercial. You
Oh
guys, what
look.
commercial was John
Oh
Legend
my,
on?
that is so funny because me and my husband was just talking about all these stars on these commercials. Now get this one. They making their money. Okay, I cannot knock them
Yeah,
for
sure.
seeing
Yeah.
out the box.
No, I'm not
That
knocking him.
they commercial with what's his name? Oh my God, it's hilarious. But
Mm.
this is what I'm saying. John Legend, yes, he is young, but he has a lot of other aspects that go on with him. And yeah, I'm gonna stick to the point that they're thinking outside the box. What, and you're right. If nobody has listened to his music or nobody listens to his music, then what he holding on to that for? Let me come over here and let me do something else. And again, we don't know what he's really produced if he doesn't sing it, because
That's
he's
true.
another one that is
Big
like,
Bad Bull said
I
he
have
could
to
be
say it this
ghostwriting
way. I have to say
for a
this
lot.
one. We didn't
He
know
writes for a
R.
lot of
Kelly wrote
people.
all those songs. Y'all, my favorite song, Whitney Houston, is "Look to You." R. Kelly wrote that. You see what I'm saying? So again, we don't know these people who are writing these songs. And remember, John Legend decided to do a CD only
Yeah.
years after he had written all these songs for people. You know, so
And
again,
he might like that. He might
influence.
like the aspect of just writing instead
Yeah,
of doing the music part of it, you know. Because
yeah.
super good at I don't even think he wanted
No,
to sing at first, he was
and Big
saying.
Bad
He
Bull
was
is
doing the producing and writing for the longest.
and Big Bad Bull is true. Ghostwriting.
It's honestly,
That's
I
what
don't
they
know
do.
what y'all talking
That's that
about
music.
though.
They ghostwrite. Yeah, they do a lot of ghostwriting.
Oh, Big Bad Bull. We're talking about Peter the investor had said something about the music industry and how they take a portion of it. And I was talking about the article that I seen the other day, Bull, and it's saying John Legend is selling his masters to his music. So that's basically the rights to the music for them to make money off of it, to all their songs and the catalog, which a lot of these rappers and everybody is fighting to get their masters, because the music companies own the masters to every artist. 99% say own. So masters is like real, because most companies do not want to release it, and or they don't want you to have it, because that's how you get that royalty money, and that's how you get that consistent money coming in. Let me
But
see.
get this one.
Yep, we're
Listen to
talking
this.
about today's topic. So let me go back to that.
Oh, listen to this one. I
I'm
did
listening. Go
read
ahead.
where MC Light had brought her masters, and I'm like, what for? We barely even listen to MC Light's music from the past now. So again, I probably would have
Well,
sold
that's
it.
probably why she could afford it.
Yeah, I probably would have sold it. I
Well,
mean, I
that's different. That I feel like that doesn't really count, because, like, not to say shout out to MC,
don't.
like, not to
Listen,
say she
it
doesn't count, but I'm
don't.
just saying, as far as
Don't.
relevance, I'm saying, as far as her
Oh,
being relevant, I can see the company selling that because it's not relevant.
yeah,
Now, even with John Legend not making consistent music, that's not important. People like John Legend, and they know
correct.
him, and like you were saying, they know his wife. So that whole connection is going to make him more palpable as far as sales and business compared to MC Light. Now, Dr. P, isn't she on that Fox Soul TV show? I feel like I seen a
Girl,
clip of her on
let
there
me tell
before.
you, I used to watch her with LL Cool J, mainly watching it for LL Cool J on Lip Sync, Battle of the Lip Sync, when she was the DJ and stuff. That's
Oh,
how
I
I
didn't
really
watch
got to
that.
know her. And
Uh-huh.
he came on and stuff. And then these days, I don't know what she doing, but I can tell you this one. She's relevant,
Uh-huh.
regardless social media, whatever she's doing. I don't have an Instagram, but I
She
hear
is now.
she's
Cause
relevant.
I've seen her on that Fox Soul. And
But get this one.
she's with somebody else.
I didn't know
She's
who
with
she
somebody
was.
else.
I didn't know who she was until
I'm
John Legend
on
came out on lip sync and said, "This is my wife," and I was like, "Wait, thought I was your wife."
who we
But
talking about? Chrissy Teigen? Or are we
yeah,
talking
I
about
didn't
who
know
you
who
talking
she
about?
was. Yeah, I really didn't know who
Oh
she was.
no, I thought you was talking about
I
MC
didn't know who
Light.
she. Oh
Yeah.
no,
Oh, she's yes model. You kind of got to know that back end
yeah,
of
I didn't
modeling and
know.
all that.
And then
She's
I
like
went
a
and look her
model or
up.
whatever.
I went and look her up, and I did. But I'm gonna assume this one right here, and I'm gonna bring it back to the question at hand. How much are you worth? John Legend said I'm worth a lot, so you can have these masters for this amount of money. Why? Because he says he's a talented man, and he's thinking out the box. You can have this, and I don't really care, because I'm gonna go over and do this, and I still have my ghost writing and all this and that, because yeah, that's exactly what he's been doing before he even came out with his own CDs. And I think a lot of them is
Yeah, he
thinking
don't really need to sell.
outside. Yeah, I think a lot of them is thinking outside the box. Now, we
Well,
as
I think
music people,
also
we need to
too,
do
with
the same thing.
everything that's going on with streaming and all that. I didn't realize that they don't make that much money streaming. Dr. P. Aisha says, "Oh, I think the reason why John Legend did that was because he's falling out with Kanye West. Like,
Oh, yeah, oh yeah.
it might be sell that off so he the bigger purpose his stuff. It's always something else. It's
Right.
never just I want to sell it because
Yeah.
I want some money. They don't really need money like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, some of them might, but oh okay, that's probably the plot twist right there. He got that issue with and it's so crazy that Dr. P how they fall out. Like these people would be riding with each other and then they just fall out like that. I
Well,
mean,
it's
shit
business.
is
Let me
what it
tell
is.
you,
That's how human beings are.
I've always told people this. Yeah, you become friends or you become close because y'all do business together, but above all, it's business. And if you can't, after we've had this falling out about our business, because I'm gonna tell you and if the business caused us to fall out, does that mean our friendship caused us to fall out? No, we just had a business dispute.
Right.
And that's what true friends should understand, especially if you're getting in a business with somebody. We might have become friends, but this started off as business, and my business is gonna come first. So if I gotta walk out on you and get this one, I've done it before. One of my closest friends before she called me in because she wanted my expertise and stuff. Got the business started, and I walked away from it. I say, here, you can have my 7%, pay me, and you can have my 7%. I'm walking away from it. And she thought I was walking away from our friendship. And I told her, I say, look, we will always be friends, but if you choose not to talk to me, we fine. This is business. And right now you're not doing what you need
Mm-hmm.
to do to sustain this business, and I don't want to lose out no more on it. And so sometimes it comes down to that. I just hope Kanye West
Mm-hmm.
and John Legend sees the bigger picture after they're falling out. If they were true friends, now if it was just business wise, then I mean, hey,
That's
let it
true.
go. But if they were
I
true
think they were
friends,
both from Chicago. They're both from
friendship,
Chicago, so they might actually did know each other. Once again, thank you. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Peter and the investor has a question. He says, "Who masters to the Wu Tang Clan election, or their masters? Is it the artists or their entities?" That's the question. Somebody was talking about the Wu Tang Clan. There was an article I was reading about the Wu Tang Clan and who actually owns their masters. That's actually a good question. Hey, Pierre Ponder, she's saying hello. Hopefully you are well. I know you're at work too, Pierre Ponder. Let's see, y'all. You guys Google it. Somebody Google who owns Wu Tang's masters, because and that's a good. And see, that's the thing, Peter the investor. When you are a conglomerate, um, sometimes you do have to go in with other people to form a business, but 9 times out of 10 you don't really want to do that starting off if you don't have to, because you got to think about the split. You got to split everything between people. And as far as depending on if there was like a person that started Wu-Tang Clan and maybe owned the name Wu-Tang Clan, and then they started adding people to the group. Okay, so example to me, this is how I think your question, Peter Investor. Okay, so the way I think about that, Peter the Investor, I was thinking back about Joe Budden, and I didn't realize that his podcast. Okay, the podcast that Joe Budden had after DJ Academics, the one where he was on there with DJ Academics and that other lady. That podcast was him, I believe, a Caucasian man and a black guy. And I don't know if they're still on there. I think they still are on there. And I remember I was looking, I think it was like a business article or something. And they were talking about how Joe Budden actually owned it all. And I didn't, like, he owned the whole like podcast or whatever. And they were getting paid the other people, even though they had, they were equally part of the show. The other people were getting like a portion of whatever he was making on there. And I guess when they came on, I guess they didn't sign something or something he was saying. They were saying. So I think as far as that, I'm pretty sure like it's split up as far as that masters. I think the whole conglomerate as who Wu-Tang Clan would be, they will agree to it. That's what I believe. But Google that, guys. Look it up while we're on here, because I'm wondering who actually owns Wu-Tang Clan, because I was reading an article about somebody saying somebody them or they own it. It's weird. Hey, Pure Pondering, let's see. As Kanye West called John Legend out because he didn't support him while he was trying to run for president and felt betrayed. Oh, interesting. Did not know that, Aisha.
Very interesting.
And hey, Top Slug, Sofa King.
I was reading what she had said when you were talking. I was like, oh wow. And that's why I had to grab my chest. I say, well, I guess he feel betrayed by everybody because Kanye really
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
like.
Like, but I thought
I don't know.
I thought Kanye apologized about that. No, I
Really,
muted myself. I had to sneeze.
I hope he
I
on.
thought Kanye apologized about that.
I really hope he on his meds
It's
because I know
crazy.
I know from a therapist point of view.
No, yeah, he talks about mental health.
Yeah, I
He
hope.
talks about that. I know the biggest thing that they've been talking about is whoever that lady he's dating.
Uh
They've
huh.
been talking about that on some when I was looking through my news feed and stuff. And I was like, they don't that man I don't know, I digress, but let's get back to this. As far as his company and Kevin Hart joining it, about what we could see from that Dr. P,
Now,
because I thought doggone it, drop the phone.
Miss B,
I thought
let me
that was
ask you.
interesting. Let's talk. Yeah,
Let me ask you a question right quick, Miss
hold
B,
on.
because I was thinking about it whenever you talk, and we talk about this 30% that Kevin asked for the company, and they agreed to it. And so when I go back to seeing all the advertisement and stuff, is that before? Because now we know Shark Tank airs at particular times and stuff, and I've been seeing it. Like I said, I've been seeing an upscale of the stuff being pushed out and advertised and more marketing and stuff. Can we say that them giving that 30% help get that out there like that? Because I just don't know when it was taped,
Dang it.
and I don't know when we started seeing a upflow of it. So was it beneficial for them if he wanted to get it out there? Because it sounds like if it was after, then it sounds like it's working. And so, can we say that's a loss?
You said after what, Dr. P? You
So
said,
I
can you
thought
repeat what
I was
the
thinking
back end of
about
what
it.
you said?
Yeah, I was thinking about it, and I'm like, when did they join for the 30%? Because we know Shark Tank is taped at a certain time and aired at a certain time, but those deals are already gone through because
Well, I
and
can tell you already had accomplished. So, already had raised um they had already raised $1 million. They've
uh-huh.
already sold over 200,000 products already.
Hmm.
Where is it at? Let me give you the tails so you can know what they had. So that's a good feat already on Dr. P. Let me get you the specs. Okay, right here. So it says to date, Sands Entertainment they raised 2 million from over 5,000 investors from its fundraising campaign for WeFunder. So they did a fundraising campaign with Refunder, which is a place where you can like angel invest, and they raised 2 million so far to date with that. And then it says they joined with senior, and this was before I believe the Shark Tank deal. They
Okay.
joined with senior animations from Disney, Sony, Pixar, Amazon Studios, Braun, Nickelodeon, and Rainmaker. It says they receive 5 million impressions a month on social media, and they've sold more than 200,000 products. So
So
comic books.
right, so you have to be. I mean, they were already there, so you have to know that it was something else behind that deal. Like if to give 30% of what I mean, you're already halfway there. Something had to be given in this deal for them to say, okay, that's fine. And
Well, Aisha,
I
Shark Tank is a TV show, and I don't think Shark Tank is a conglomerate. I don't think it's like actually a business. It's a TV show that houses five people that actually invest their own money into other businesses. So I don't believe it's actually a business. I think it's just the name of the TV show, Shark Tank. I don't. Is it Dr. P? You know if they're a conglomerate? I don't believe Shark Tank is an actual
no,
business.
but
I think it's just a name.
I do know that it's a show, but I do know people who are on Shark Tank. Once they get those investments, I do start to see their stuff around Walmart, Target,
Oh
Apple.
yes, that's the point.
So
Cause
the
I know Lori Grenier, she's
that's right.
QVC, so I know her. If no HSN, is she QVC or HSN? She's okay. I think she's HSN. Yeah, Lori Grenier. So I mean, if you got a product like a simple product just to get off the shelf, you want to go with her because she's gonna get that on HSN, and that bad boy's gonna sell out.
That's right. And so I do. So I can tell you that Shark Tank is really real about how they make their investments. But I think the whole premises of it is for the people who's providing the money, the investors, to get theirs, whether or not it's gonna flop or not. Because just because it starts off good doesn't mean that in the future it's gonna end. And that's another thing we have to think about whenever they go on there. They might say, yeah, we have a good, but we know how we. They know, they probably research humans. We know humans, we get with
True.
a fab, and then after that it ain't a fab no more, you know.
I know they did a they did a Shark Tank review, and I love watching that. Like Shark Tank, where are they now? And that was the biggest thing, Dr. P. A lot of these people come gung ho trying to get this money, and then once they get the money, they're not following through with like their end of it. Or what they do want is like some of these sharks are super committed when they invest. Some of these sharks just want to give you the money so they can get their money back in return. They really don't want to like really be part of it. And so a lot of them, like, they learn that too, like, oh dang, this shark really is not trying to guide me. I think most of these people, Dr. P, they want that mentorshipness, and some of these sharks don't have time to give it. Like, they have the money, but they want that whole ambiance of saying, I got Mark Cuban, I got, Mr. Wonderful, but you're not gonna get that. I think that's the false reality too. A
But
lot of them don't
get
realize.
this one, and we have to also think this: if this is my idea, and I'm coming to you with my business plan, and yeah, I do want you to say, give me this, but all I'm really asking you for is to invest in what I have right here.
Right.
Do I need to rely on you to show me what I've already told myself that I need to do in my business plan? Now I might ask you a question, but I really just want your money so I can execute my business plan to where I need it to be. So you're right. If some of them go back and they sit back and they're waiting on, they never ask you. They just asked to see your business plan. They didn't help you write your business plan. They didn't help you think it out. You gave them exactly what a plan of what you wanted to do to make their money and you grow.
That's what I love
Their
about. That's what I love
responsibility
about
is
Shark
not
Tank.
their
I
responsibility is not to mentor you unless you ask, hey, can you
Well,
be
some of
mentored
them
in a
do.
video?
Listen, what's his name? John.
Uh-huh.
What's his name? The football guy. He wants to mentor. So
He
when
does. And he
when
says
he
that
gets
though.
people, he wants to. And I think Dr. P. Some of them do. They say it. Some of them
They
say,
say
"No, I want to guide you. I want to show
that's
you."
right.
And some of them say opposite, which is contrary. But my whole thing is, to me, you don't, depending on how you structured your business, you don't really need a mentor. You need the capital, because obviously you did all this on your own before you came here. Most
Correct.
of these people have to have some type of profit, or the sharks ain't trying to hear you. And if you come on there and you lead with your personality, and then they gonna ask you that, how much profits have you made in a year, in 2 years, whatever, and you don't have no profits, they're not trying to hear what you say, because then that's a loss for them. Because I'm not about to invest in a loss. I gotta see you having some type of profit, or I can see the market gain of what your product can do, or your product is not in the market, so I can see the productivity of what it could be. Like, I can see the vision of what it can be.
Right.
So each one of them is different. I've been watching Shark Tanks for years. This
Well,
is something like me and my family will sit
I
around.
I caught a couple of shows, and so that's what made, and I had to bring it back to really think about the way they do it. You right, the man, the Fubu man, he does want a mentor. He does tell you this, and I think that's very important again to communicate
Yes.
with them. Now, get this one: is he involved because he want his money to be right and get it back, or
No,
is he
listen,
involved
I'm gonna
for
tell you, all of them are involved for the money. They'll tell you that. So
That's
that
right.
it would not be smart for them to be emotional, and that's a
Correct.
lot. That's why I love watching the Sharks. Where are they now? Because
Uh-huh.
they'll say, like, I was emotionally invested in these people's company, and I knew it was gonna flop, but I just, my heart was there. So they're still human. I mean, I think for the most part they're trying to make money, but these people got so much money, they're not at a loss to lose a couple million, because they banking. There's another company that made the money. You feel me?
Right.
And that's what I seen, Peter. That's what I read. He says, we were talking about the Wu-Tang Clan and who owns it, and it says an NFT collective company now owns Wu-Tang's album. So yes, that's what I see. I knew somebody had bought that, Peter, an investor, and this just gets crazy. I don't even know if they even had their masters, but yes, I did. I read that some collector had just bought Wu-Tang Clan, but let's go back to that, Dr. P, because I've been watching Shark Tank for years. I know I've watched it with my family here, my husband and kids. I've watched it with my granny before, my mom and dad. Like, I've watched it for years. I love it. I love the ideal of the people coming with these, this whole, I love hearing the stories, to be honest with you. They get you with the stories. I just, to be honest, like hearing the stories. Like the people that sold their house and sold, I don't know, their business or left their corporate jobs. I like hearing all those stories because, a lot of times it just takes you having faith in what you believe you can do. And just basically, like you said, we're going to round it on off, Dr. P. We're going to get into panel talk because, I like to keep this to the point. And I like what you said earlier as far as the concept of
thinking outside the box.
Yeah, and also too, Dr. P, we talking about how much are you worth? And then the idea of, like, you was making the comparison with Oprah and how you were saying, like, she didn't have any kids, Ms. B. So, the whole idea of her selling things off, it don't really matter because she might want to use, and I'm adding this part, Dr. P didn't say this, but, she might want to use that extra money, Dr. P, to invest in her schools overseas or give to the different companies and charities she wants to help here. It's so many different elements to why somebody can sell off. And like we were talking about, Aisha was saying too, we talked about John Legend. He's a younger dad with a young family. So he might want all that money now to invest in something maybe for his kids or, maybe he's thinking about the market. I think a lot of people are thinking about the pandemic and the C-19 and the market. So they just kind of want to get rid of this stuff and just have tangible money so they can spend it on whatever they want.
You're right. And Dr. B. Finesse, just, like you said, each person's situation is very different of why they're going to sell off something. Then, like I said, you also have, if you're multi-talented and you have your ideas, then you can come back with something else, but you have that money and that equity to do that in. And does that say that how much you're worth? Yeah, that tells you that you're gonna pay me because he ain't selling for cheap. Let's 50 million in our eyes might look like, but we don't know what their circumstances is.
True.
And to them, they might have money, so 50 million is really not. It's just enough to say, you know what, I'm gonna take this 50 million and invest in it over here because remember, like most artists, he's still producing other people's stuff. He's still writing for other people. We can't see it, but we have to think that we know him for who he is. So we have to think about what it is that, he's talented in. And so far as Oprah and so forth, times are changing, with all this stuff going on. Some perspectives have to be looked at differently now. And if you want something for your kid and you don't have the money, or you even have the money and you say, you know what, I really don't know what, like I say, we're a human and we are a culture that says fabs don't last long. So it might be in a part of it. Let me tell you something. If I put on a Lionel Richie and a Commodore, some of these millennium kids will not know who Lionel Richie and the Commodores is.
Now you talking about me? I'm a millennial.
But I know you know it because you heard me play it around.
Yeah. And my dad listens to all that.
They don't know what Sail On and Truly. So again, those are not songs being played right now. You gotta be old head to know these 1974, 65 songs. You know what I'm saying? And so we have to know that the generations are changing. And so if what was once was what is not now are fading, then let me get rid of it now and start something new. Because later on, once we get further on and further on, who's gonna be listening to the Commodores? If you ain't planning around your house for your kids,
Big Bad Bull.
I'll be listening to that. Don't be mad because I know the Commodores.
Big Bad Bull's looking like. But you know what? I love the whole concept of this conversation because the whole dynamic in a bulk of the time I was playing devil's advocate with Dr. P because I love to see both sides of things. I really like the aspect of you seeing one side because we could have came in here with how much are you worth and everybody was like, well, don't sell off. But there could be some positive aspects to selling off your medium, your company, your masters, whatever it is. You know, a lot of times, like I said, I believe everybody has a price. There is a sell off price for every person. There is a ledge, as to say. And I think it's imperative that we did bring up, you know, every aspect of this. We looked at it as far as communication. We looked at it as far as relationships. The reason why we're looking at how much are you worth, because a lot of people are looking forward to their family or the family that they don't have, the family that they lack thereof. Why you do what you do, I think is super, super important. And I think, you know, we have to understand that, you know, as Dr. P mentioned, and we both spoke on, there's different reasons for it. There could be a bigger investment that I see in the future. And, you know, the time could have ran for the thing that I'm doing, the company that I'm with. That time could have passed. I might not have a love for it anymore. I might be, you know, ready for the next door to go through. And I think it's super, super important that we are aware of that with people. We can't be so gung-ho to assume and say, oh, they're doing this and they're missing out and we don't know why they're doing it. Like Dr. P mentioned, there's a lot of reasons why people are doing things. We just don't see it a lot of times. So I really love the dynamic of this conversation because it went everywhere I wanted it to go. I knew a lot of people would basically probably say that they shouldn't sell off, but for the most part, everybody is more so with the fact that there's different reasons why people would sell things off. There's different ideals to it. And I love that dynamic of this conversation. So with that being said, we had our conversation today was about how much are you worth. We talked about Kevin Hart. Let me bring that article up. We talked about the Kevin Hart article. He was on Shark Tank and there was this couple. They had there's a husband and wife and their partner, Black Sands. We had a lot of people in the chat and Dr. P on the panel. They are gamers, so they know Black Sands. They know this is a comic book. They've heard of it. And it's basically a comic book based around the significance of Black history and having mythological and real characters in their comics and the history of the comics. Here, if you did not see it earlier, I think it's super neat that whoever the drawer, the graphic designer in here did really well. This is the full series bundle. Oops, let me go backwards. If you guys want to see what this looks like, New Legends bundle. They have Neola and Dika, all kind of different. The Inca, you know, they have a comic, Cosmic Girls, all kind of different ideas. I like how whoever is the artist, you know, it's not the same look on the different comic books. So you guys might want to check that out. If you have it, check that out. And with that being said, guys, that is it for today. I'm super, super excited today to have this conversation. And hopefully you guys have conversations with your family members. You talk about these things. How much are you worth? What is your family to you? What will you give and take? What is it worth? What is your values? What are your standards, guys? With that being said, I'm Mrs. B Finesse of MillennialFinesseMindset.com. We're here, the Finesse family. We are faithfully innovating, inspiring, naturally effective, and we seek success every day. And I hope you guys have a great day. Be blessed. Talk to you guys later.